I've spent 12 years and thousands of hours towards pursuing a YouTube channel, and it's really gone nowhere. Don't get me wrong, there are so many benefits and bright sides to have been doing YouTube for 12 years and making videos, but it definitely hasn't gotten me as far in this amount of time that I thought it would. And so I wanted to have an honest conversation with myself and whoever's watching this that may be in a similar boat. Let's go ahead and talk about my YouTube journey and how I got here. What is here? Here is burnout. Here is a loss of passion. So I started making videos when I was in middle school, and I found that there were a lack of resources for those with braces. I started making videos to help other kids that had braces with tips and tricks. I went through the OG YouTube phase, which was Brandy Melville hauls and what I wore to school this week, Urban Decay naked palettes, that whole era. That's when I got scared of people finding my YouTube channel, and I decided to pull back for a few years where I would just upload like videos here and there instead of the golden rule, which is to be consistent, have a niche, and don't give up. I had joined the partner program at that time because I was taking YouTube pretty serious for a kid in her room. Because of my fear of what other people thought, it held me back, and then I had to restart this process all over again in college. It's always scary, like caring about what people think or if they're gonna see your videos, and your videos aren't great when they start, and honestly you could argue maybe they're still not great. Talking for myself here. Throughout college I made college vlogs, and I really thought that because I had set a goal for myself to be a famous YouTuber or a full-time YouTuber, content creator, I thought I'd never have to work a real job. And I went through college being grateful for my education. And of course, I loved the content I got to make at the University of Texas at Austin. And that has also taken me a long way as I get to go back to school and talk to the students, or just in general, I have an archive of my life on the internet, which is great and also terrifying, because even as I scroll through my YouTube channel, I noticed that I have 600 videos or more than that at this time. Here I am, 27 years old, and my life doesn't look like what I thought it would, in the sense that I thought I would be a famous full-time content creator a long time ago, but much less by now. And I think this is just a really vulnerable video for those that may also have had a dream that didn't work out. And instead of completely giving up, because I'm in burnout. I've been burnt out for a while now. That's why I can't be consistent with my videos anymore, because I just am so exhausted, and I spent so many years making sacrifices on my social life or different things so that I could put out YouTube videos or make content. I do not regret any of it at all. It does get exhausting when you have such a dream for yourself and you actually put in the work behind it and it just doesn't work for years. I'm going to reclaim right now as the beginning of rewriting my story with that. I also want to be very strategic with how I go about reapproaching my channel and finding a way for my previous childhood dream kind of change into something more aligned with where I am now and where I want to go. Because I'm so grateful that I didn't go straight into content creation out of college, or I would have none of the experience and true professional experience and background without being directed towards that route. With all that said, I think we should start right now with rewriting our story and creating a great action plan, and also redefining our vision and redefining our goal with this. Because for me, I want to document myself becoming the version of a woman that I always wanted to look up to, but also to show anyone else out there that they can do the same thing no matter what their dream is or how long and excruciating the journey is. I have so much content to edit that I need to look like this for probably the rest of the weekend. Really try to tell stories through footage that has taken me so long to edit, because that's part of the burnout and the lack of inspiration. Is it's taken me literally sometimes 6 months to edit the content that I shoot for YouTube, because I got to a point where I felt like there was no benefit or reward happening for all my hard work on editing, and it takes a really long time. So all the videos that you do see on my channel, each video can take somewhere from 2 hours to 10 hours to edit. And that doesn't go for the shorts, this is just long form video. That's why when I spend 40 plus hours a week at work on a computer, working towards someone else's dream, but also working towards my own, because I do want to be a successful businesswoman, caveat, is I don't want to look at a screen to edit a video for something that isn't even getting me where I want to go. So that's why we're going to start with the rebrand, and hopefully we can revamp the channel, and also I can create content that I'm proud of while still trying to reach my goal and document my journey of becoming the woman that I just talked about. So when I go through my YouTube channel, I am proud of where it's kind of at, but nothing is very consistent. And as I was saying, it's taken me a long time to edit. I'm definitely happier with my most recent content, as that's just closer to who I am today. As we go down the hundreds and hundreds of videos, come on, what I was saying earlier, like, it was the vibe at the time. It's lacking consistency or even just like true value. There's value in like cuts of all these videos, but some of these eras are meant to not exist. And I mean, even if we just look at the beginning of YouTube, oh my gosh, times were so different back then. My first video being a tips for braces is exactly what I was talking about. Doing hauls. Okay, one of my most watched videos is literally a summer night routine when I was in high school. So anyway, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement around here, okay? My most watched video is literally summer night routine, and then my campus tour of UT Austin, which I could have told you that. All right, so there's definitely some work to be done around here. It's hard sometimes to have to reevaluate your own strategies or what you've done and why it hasn't worked. But even when I go through my YouTube channel, I remember I was so proud of every video I put out, which is all that really matters, and I got better with time. But as I look back right now, besides the fact that I'm so grateful for the memories, it's not aesthetic, and I wouldn't probably click on a lot of these videos myself. There's no clear theme to my channel's videos at the time, even though each chapter for me made so much sense. And of course, this is like years and years of content that I can just see in a bird's eye view. So it doesn't really tell the story of how much time goes into each of these videos in between all of this content and phases of my life. But I think it's really important that I start to distinguish who I want to be seen as now and really help highlight those parts of myself that exist, tell my visual story on YouTube, because I don't want to give up on this dream, and I've loved YouTube ever since I was a kid. And I think that I love what it represents in long form video, being almost like filmmaking and getting to tell your own story from your narrative and show other people life through your perspective. And great news is that I just edited and uploaded a video that I'm proud of, and it's along the lines of where I want to take my content and how I'm going to get back. And it's also related to this video, like how to get out of burnout, and I just want to keep documenting the journey moving forward after being stagnant and losing your spark for creating what it is that you like to create. Okay, I just uploaded it, so I'm gonna go. You know it's bad when I have to keep searching my full name. I don't even come up in the suggestion. This is so humbling and vulnerable. You know it's bad when you look up your YouTube channel on your own TV and it's, thank goodness my channel is first, but all of the videos are not mine. No, I just dropped a chocolate cookie. Oh my god, this is so bad. Okay, an ad, because you know, at least I'm a YouTube partner.
After all, computers crash, people die, relationships fall apart. The best we can do is breathe and reboot.
One step closer, one step. I just made versions of this for TikTok and Instagram. This is the type of creativity and inspiration, motivation that I've really been needing and the kind of content I want to make. The next step in the creative recovery process is I'm going to the Apple store to pick up my new computer because a slow system is not going to hold me back. All right, that was too easy. My old MacBook Pro, my new one. All right, the next step in our creative recovery process, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend Carly, who is also a creative. I think something that's very important when you are recovering from burnout or just trying to get your spark back is to surround yourself with other creatives or people that at least understand and support arts in some way. Carly is an artist and she actually painted this beautiful picture for me that started my gallery wall in my New York apartment. She has a podcast, and so I'm gonna go over and be on her podcast and catch up as friends, and yeah, I think it'll just be good for me to be around another creative or artist. Podcast. I'm making a YouTube video about my creative recovery process.
I think the earth is
flat. I was gonna say flat. I finally set up my new laptop, which is what I'm editing on, and then I also found myself at a Creator Economy NYC event where I met a few other YouTubers, and it really just inspired me that there are people out there that have this as a full-time job. So when I started recording this video, I was at like 9,500 subscribers, and I've been stuck in the 9,000s for the last like year, maybe 2 years. And then I had a video short of my grandpa and I doing the Hamilton skit go viral, and with like 1 million something views, I finally hit over 11,000 subscribers. So my goal was just to hit 10K, and then I hit 11 because it's almost like once you get over that hump, it keeps going. It also just takes exploiting your grandpa and going viral. So, you know, I don't have a lot to take away from this except for the fact that I am still on the journey to figure out where I'm going with YouTube and how to recover from being a YouTube failure, and also documenting my life and my growth in New York City and just life in general. I also did a challenge where I uploaded a YouTube short every day for almost 60 days, and that's because I had a lot of TikTok content. So that's how that was possible. But I think that coupled with the Grandpa Hamilton skit going viral is really what pushes over the hump and got over 11,000 subscribers after being stagnant for so long. So anyway, like I said, still on this journey, still trying to figure out where we're going, but just really in the thick of trying to fight my burnout and get my spark back, get my passion back, have a little more direction on where I want to take my passions, and then, you know, continue to just figure out how to bounce back from being a failure. All right, so you may not be where you want to be, but you definitely are not where you were, and for me, that keeps me going. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you've gotten this far, and I will see you all in the next YouTube video. Bye.